5 subtle signs she's into you, Old Stoic wisdom. Welcome back to the Stoic era, where we decode life, love, and the unspoken truths that shape your reality. Let me ask you something. Have you ever found yourself wondering whether a woman truly feels something for you, or if you're just imagining things? Modern dating is full of noise, but behind all the smiles, polite laughter, and passing glances lies a subtle language, a language of signs, a language most men never learn to read. But a Stoic man? He watches. He listens, not just to words, but to silence. He knows that what's not said often matters more than what is. And that's why today, I want to share with you 5 subtle signs she's into you, revealed through the lens of ancient Stoic insight and modern female psychology. These aren't games. These aren't pickup lines. These are truths rooted in how attraction unfolds, slowly, quietly, and often unconsciously. Far too many men chase women with noise, texts, compliments, constant validation. But the wise man, the Stoic, moves with calm certainty. He observes, he understands, and he lets her reveal herself. Because when a woman is into you, she will. Not always in loud, obvious ways, but in quiet ones, the kind that only a man of wisdom can see. So stay with me, because by the end of this, you won't just recognize attraction, you'll command it with calm, presence, and the timeless strength of the Stoic man. Why is this important? Because when a man misreads these cues, he either acts too soon or misses his moment entirely. But when he learns to see clearly, he builds relationships on mutual respect, not false hope. He moves with strength, not desperation. He understands that attraction isn't just about desire. It's about timing, trust, and shared energy. This knowledge gives you an edge, but more than that, it gives you peace of mind. A Stoic man doesn't need games. He simply sees the truth, and the truth sets him apart. So stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with the quiet power to read between the lines and finally understand what she's truly telling you without ever saying a word. And the reality is, women often communicate their attraction in ways that are non-verbal. And when you learn to read these cues, you unlock a whole new level of connection. Let's start with the psychology behind female attraction. Have you ever wondered why women are drawn to certain traits or behaviors? The answer lies in evolutionary psychology. For centuries, women have been wired to seek qualities that signal strength, stability, and emotional security. This isn't just about physical strength, it's about traits like confidence, attentiveness, and the ability to create a safe emotional space. Here's the fascinating part. While men often respond to visual cues, women are more likely to be influenced by emotional and psychological triggers. What does that mean for you? It means that what truly matters to most women isn't the car you drive or the brand of your watch. It's how you make them feel. When a woman feels seen, heard, and valued, it activates a deep sense of connection that goes beyond physical attraction. But here's where things get tricky. Attraction isn't always straightforward. Women often communicate interest through subtle behaviors, and missing these cues can lead to confusion or missed opportunities. That's why understanding these signals is essential. When you can recognize the difference between genuine attraction and casual friendliness, you gain the confidence to act appropriately and avoid missteps. The key is to focus on patterns. One behavior on its own might not mean much, but when you see multiple signs aligning, that's when you know there's something deeper going on. Sign 1. Subtle touches. Subtle touches are like poetry written in silence, delicate, fleeting, and yet deeply revealing to the man who knows how to read between the lines. For the Stoic man, who moves through the world with calm precision and quiet strength, these gestures are never just accidental. They are quiet invitations, signaling not just interest, but a deeper emotional resonance. Imagine you're having a calm conversation, your voice steady, your focus unwavering, and her fingers brush lightly against yours, a contact so brief it might be missed by a man too distracted by his own thoughts. Or perhaps she laughs at something you said. her hand resting just a heartbeat longer on your shoulder, as if marking the moment. These are not careless acts. They are her way of signaling, I see you. I feel safe here. I'm opening a small window, will you notice? In the ancient days of Stoic thought, the wise man was trained not only in reason, but in perception. He understood that the most important messages often came not through words, but through subtle shifts in behavior, soft changes in tone, and the language of the body that speaks when the lips remain silent. In the chaos of our modern digital world, where so much interaction has been reduced to pixels and punctuation, physical touch, real, tangible, and vulnerable, has become a rare form of communication. And because of that rarity, it now holds even more meaning. A woman reaching out, even subtly with a gentle touch, is taking a social and emotional risk. She's allowing herself to be seen, to be felt, and perhaps even to be misunderstood. That's why a Stoic man doesn't react with haste or indulgence. He responds with presence, he observes, reflects, and honours the gesture for what it is, an offering. One that doesn't demand immediate action, but rather awareness. So what should you do? You mirror, not to manipulate, but to affirm. If her hand lingers on your arm, a soft touch on her back as you guide her through a doorway can convey respect without neediness. It says, I'm here. I recognise this moment, and I value it, but be warned. Do not fall into the temptation of overthinking. The modern man, bombarded by advice and analysis, often strays into obsession, picking apart every signal and gesture until the mystery turns to noise. That's not the way of the Stoic. The Stoic moves with intention, not impulse. He does not demand certainty. He embraces clarity through stillness. He doesn't chase. He invites. In these small touches lies the seed of deeper connection, but only if you have the patience to let it grow. So in those moments, when she reaches out in that quiet, timeless way, don't rush. Don't pull away. Stay grounded. Let her feel your strength, not just in body, but in spirit. Because true masculine energy doesn't need to prove itself. It simply is. And when a woman senses that kind of presence, it invites her to lean in again and again, not because she has to, but because she wants to. Sign 2. Prioritizing time with you. When a woman begins to subtly rearrange her world to make space for you, understand this. She's not just being polite, she's showing you, without saying a word, that you matter. In the realm of Stoic wisdom, where actions speak far louder than empty words, her decision to consistently prioritize time with you is a move filled with quiet intensity and deep intention. In a world where everyone is busy chasing money, validation, and endless distractions, time has become the rarest currency, and she is spending it on you. That's no accident. That's not casual. That's not a coincidence. That's a choice. Whether it's a simple coffee after work, a spontaneous call to check in, or her carving out a full weekend just to be near you. These are not small gestures. These are strategic signals. She's telling you she sees you not as an option, but as a priority. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. If she's showing you you're important, your role is not to doubt, but to rise. Step into that energy. Meet her in the middle with presence, power, and appreciation. Because if she's showing up, it means she sees value in you. And the Stoics remind us, value is not given, it is earned. Don't dismiss this sign just because it's subtle. Real power often whispers, and if she's whispering that you're important, you better not be too distracted to hear it. Be aware, be wise, be awake, because most men miss the signs until it's too late. And the woman who once made time begins to vanish like smoke. Don't let that be you. Your move? Acknowledge her effort with sincerity. Thank you for making time for me. 9 simple words that carry more weight than 100 empty compliments. Then reciprocate. Make her feel like the hours she gives to you are not wasted, but treasured. In this chaotic world, mutual prioritization is a luxury, and those who recognize its value win. So ask yourself, Are you just another man passing through her schedule, or are you the man she'll carve time for, again and again? If her actions show you her heart, don't waste that moment. Act. Be the man who matches effort with effort, energy with energy, presence with presence, because that, my friend, is how you build connections. That's how you earn loyalty, and that's how you win. If you've ever had a woman carve out time for you, drop a comment below and type, "She chose me, and I showed up." Then subscribe, and join a brotherhood that recognizes the signals most men overlook. Don't just exist in her time, be worth it. Sign 3. Genuine eye contact. Genuine eye contact is one of the most powerful, yet understated signs that a woman is truly into you, not through words, but through something much older, deeper, and unspoken. It's not a dramatic stare or a flirtatious game. It's a quiet moment where her eyes lock onto yours just a fraction longer than expected. A moment that speaks the language of ancient human connection. This subtle linger isn't random. It's deliberate, carrying intent, emotion, and vulnerability. Her pupils might dilate slightly, her face softens, and it almost feels like the world around you both fades for just a second. She's not trying to impress, she's trying to connect. This is the kind of gaze the Stoics would have respected, not loud or boastful, but honest and revealing. As Epictetus taught, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. And when words fall away, the eyes take over. In that stillness, you're being seen. Not your job title, your car, or your confidence, but the essence of you. It's as if she's silently asking, "Will you see me too?" In a world filled with swiping and small talk, a moment like this is sacred. It shows emotional availability, openness, and a courage to be real. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts, and when her thoughts are shaded with curiosity and care for you, it colours her gaze in a way you can feel if you're tuned in." That's where your presence comes in, because being a Stoic doesn't mean being cold, it means being grounded. When her eyes reach out, you meet them not with neediness or bravado, but with calm certainty. A subtle, authentic smile from you says, "I'm here. I see you too." It's a quiet confidence that doesn't chase, doesn't try to prove, it simply acknowledges. This moment isn't about control, it's about chemistry, mutual respect, and the courage to be emotionally aware. Just as the Stoics trained themselves to read the nature of things, you must learn to read the nature of connection, without rushing, without assumptions. Be still. Let it unfold. So now I ask you, have you ever felt that silent message through someone's gaze? Did it stir something inside you, or did you brush it off as coincidence? Your story might help another man wake up to a connection he's been blind to. Drop your thoughts in the comments, because wisdom shared is wisdom multiplied, and your experience matters more than you know. Sign 4. Active listening and engaged responses. A woman who is genuinely into you doesn't just hear your words. She absorbs them like sunlight into skin. She leans in, not because of some draft in the air, but because your presence pulls her in with a quiet gravity that feels like home. Her eyes stay with you, not flickering to the phone, the door, or the distraction of the world, but anchored in your presence. She nods not out of courtesy, but because her spirit is dancing with yours in a silent rhythm. She mirrors your body language, your laughter, your tone. This isn't accidental. It's biology, psychology, and something far more ancient, energy. The Stoics knew this well. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts." When a woman listens deeply, she's allowing your thoughts to colour her world, even if only for a few seconds. That's not casual. That's not a coincidence. That's attraction in its purest form, unspoken, yet unmistakable. And in today's distracted world, where attention spans are crumbling and real connection is starved, her full attention is a powerful form of intimacy. It's her way of saying, "I see you," without ever needing to use the words. But here's where your test begins. Not in trying to impress her, but in how you respond to her presence. A true Stoic man doesn't chase applause. He commands respect through calm presence. You don't need flashy lines or clever tricks. What you need is to meet her in that same space of attention. Hold her gaze. Feel her energy. Speak not to fill silence, but to build meaning. Ask her things that matter, not surface talk, but soul talk. Questions like, what lights you up inside? Or, what's a truth you carry that no one sees? That's where you build a bridge to her heart, because connection isn't built through performance, it's born through presence. And when you meet her in that stillness, where truth lives, you create a bond deeper than attraction. It becomes a sanctuary. Remember, attention is the currency of emotional investment. If she's spending it on you, that's a message from the universe. And you don't brush that off like spam. You receive it like a king receives a gift, with honor. Because a woman who feels truly heard becomes a woman who opens up, reveals, trusts. So if this speaks to something you've witnessed, comment below. I now see the signs clearly. And if it sparked something deeper within you, don't just scroll past. Like this video, share your thoughts, and subscribe to Stoicism Win. This is more than learning about women. This is learning to master yourself through ancient wisdom, one truth at a time. Sign 5. Playful, teasing, or flirting. This is where the dance of attraction becomes both subtle and entertaining. When a woman begins to make light-hearted jokes, challenges you in a playful way, or mock argues over something like who makes the better coffee or which movie is overrated, she's not just being funny, she's signaling interest. This isn't just random humour, it's calculated charm. You've sparked her curiosity, and now she's testing the waters with wit. According to Stoic wisdom, emotions and desires often reveal themselves in action, not just words. Think of Marcus Aurelius's teaching. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When a woman feels safe around you, her playful side emerges naturally, because safety breeds freedom. Flirting, in this sense, becomes an emotional handshake. She's opening a door to see if you'll walk through it confidently. From a psychological perspective, teasing breaks down walls, it fast-tracks rapport, and it reveals whether you can handle tension with grace. Here's the key. Respond with the same energy, but avoid turning it into a verbal sparring match. You're not in a competition to outwit her, you're building a connection. If she pokes fun at your haircut or your choice of drink, don't act insulted. Instead, smile and play along. Maybe tease her back about how she takes 100 selfies before choosing one. Just make sure the tone stays light, not cutting. Remember the wisdom of Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Don't get defensive and don't overanalyze. Stoic men stay grounded. This is your moment to show your emotional strength and confidence, wrapped in humor. Real-life application. Next time you catch her teasing you, recognize it for what it is, a sign of connection. Let your charisma shine by staying calm, clever, and in control. Life is a conversation, not a courtroom. The best relationships begin with laughter and ease, not pressure and performance. If this reminds you of a moment where teasing turned into something more, share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear how you handled it. And if you're still learning the rhythm of this playful back and forth, don't worry, like any good dance, it gets better with practice. Common misinterpretations. In the complex realm of human connection, we often find ourselves overanalyzing the subtle cues that women send us. But let me give you a word of caution. Not every action should be viewed as a sign of attraction. A simple smile, a quick compliment, or a brief response might simply reflect politeness, not romantic interest. Remember, context is everything. One behavior on its own doesn't define the story. It's the combination of actions that tells the true narrative. For instance, a smile paired with prolonged eye contact and a genuine, engaging conversation speaks volumes, while a casual smile alone might just be a friendly gesture. The key here is not to overanalyze every single action. as it can easily lead to unnecessary anxiety. Stoics taught us to master our thoughts and emotions, not let them rule us. So, if you're unsure about her intentions, take a bold step forward and simply ask, "I feel like we get along really well. What do you think?" This opens the door for clarity without pressure. How to respond. When you notice these signs, confidence is your best ally. When you spot these signs, don't hesitate or second-guess yourself. Let your authentic self shine through. Be self-assured without arrogance. When the moment feels right, take the next step. Ask her out, suggest an activity, or simply express your interest in a respectful, straightforward way. All right, now it's your turn. Start observing these subtle signs in your interactions and use them to build real, meaningful connections. Always keep in mind that relationships thrive on mutual understanding, respect, and effort. If you found value in this video, share your thoughts in the comments, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss powerful content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.